Hi everybody, welcome in. If this is your first video with me, welcome back if it is not. Either way, so excited that you're here and super grateful that you've decided to spend just a little bit of your day with me today. Today is going to be a different video than I've ever done before, but I'm really excited and I actually think it's really important to talk about. So I'm kind of excited to get into it. Today we're going to do an anti-haul. An anti-haul? What is that? A Disney anti-haul, the opposite of a haul. So if you want to learn more, let's get into it. I'm Rachel, and this is Attainable Disney. So guys, let's talk about what an anti-haul means. An anti-haul is basically what you're not going to buy. A haul is all the things I bought, right? An anti-haul is the things I'm not going to buy. I feel like this term or this word de-influencing has been kind of getting thrown around in like the YouTube and like social media space lately. And here's why I'm going to tell you I don't like it. Right? So we're using this term de-influencing when people are telling you not to buy things, right? Because they're telling you it's not a good quality or you don't need it or it's too expensive or like whatever sort of valid reason you shouldn't buy it, right? And we're calling it de-influencing. I don't like that term, right? Because then it implies that influencers are only there to tell you to buy things, which I think is misguided. I don't think that's like the only reason that we should be looking to influencers is to know where to spend our money. I don't know. I don't like it, right? Right? If de-influencing is not spending money, then that would mean that influencing is only spending money, which I just think is a dangerous, messy kind of concept. So there's an influencer. It was a makeup influencer I used to watch on YouTube a lot by the name of Kimberly Clark, which I will of course tag here. She used to make videos called anti-hauls, where she would go through the latest makeup releases and tell you what you didn't need to buy and why you didn't need to buy it, which was pretty revolutionary in the makeup community at that time. The makeup community, particularly on YouTube, is sort of based in overconsumption. And so for someone to stand up and say like, no, you don't need to buy these things was shocking. And I think it's a really interesting concept and a really great, I think it's something we need to talk about. Okay. So that's what I'm here to do today, is to tell you the things that you do not need to buy. We do a really great job of coming on here and showing you really awesome things that we picked up, whether it's in the stores at home or in the parks or things we got online. We do a really great job of showing you those things, but I think it can kind of lead to this concept of overconsumption. And I think it's really important that we talk about the things that you don't need to buy as well. So I've got a list of a few items. So I kind of browsed through Box Lunch and Hot Topic and picked out a few things that I think are good examples of the types of things we don't need to buy and the types of things that are overconsumption and the types of things that are predatory to people in fandoms. And we're going to talk about that, okay? Now here's what I want to say. I love Box Lunch and I love Hot Topic. I buy from them all the time, and you guys know that. So this is not a comment on those stores. Does this mean I'm never ever going to get any kind of like sponsorship from them? Probably, but whatever. I mean, I was never going to anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right, this is not a comment on those stores. This is not saying you can't ever buy anything from those stores, right? This is just my opinion. These are just examples because I want you guys to be thinking. Also, if you bought these things and you love these things and you like these things, fine. Great. Don't come at me because I'm not interested. Without further ado, let's get into the things you don't need to buy. So the first thing that you don't need to buy is this candle. It's very expensive. It's very small, right? I mean, it's like a small jar candle. Like it's not even like the size of a Bath and Body Works candle, right? It's like a size of like a Glade candle, right? I mean, it's very small, but it's very expensive. And the only thing that's Disney about it is that they wrote princess on it and that it has like a little crown on the lid. What does that what is that? So this is where I say that things are predatory of people who are in fandoms, right? So if you like Disney princesses and you like that aesthetic and you want things in your house to be cute, you're like, oh my god, this is so cute, look, it's so pretty, and it's princess, and it has a little lid, but that's a crown, right? You could get sucked into this so quickly before you realize that, like, the only thing that makes it princess is that they wrote the word princess on it. They didn't even put designs on it. It's not even like the scent is like relevant to a princess, that it's like a theme. It's like a white boring candle and they wrote the word princess on the jar. You don't need this. You don't need to buy this. Okay? The next thing that you don't need to buy, speaking of princesses, is this Enchanted Rose light. Really zoom in on that Enchanted Rose. That is the cheapest plasticky paper rose that you would find at the Dollar Tree. It's just not good quality. It's just not good quality. And if you really think about it, it's not even representative of the movie, right? Because in the movie, the petals are falling. Are the petals falling off of this? No. So it's not even giving Beauty and the Beast. It's just like a flower under glass. So I could see this as like a centerpiece at like a theme party or like something like that. But you could just go to Michael's and buy a rose for $2 that would be better quality than the one that they're putting in here. I mean, you just could. This is just like, in concept, I think it's fine. It's not great, but I think it's fine. But the execution is very poor. It's just so cheap looking. It's so cheap. Not good. You don't need to buy this. This is one that I kind of learned the hard way. So you remember how excited I was about those I Am Groot blind box pins, and then I opened them and they were so tiny and they were plastic? This is a very similar set. So I had these in my cart, like I was very excited to buy them, and then I didn't because they're tiny and they're plastic and they're cheap and they're dumb. The thing I was excited about is this competition in the pin market. And then this was just, no, this was trash. You cannot come as competition to Loungefly in the pin market and then be like worse and more expensive. It just doesn't work like that. So these pins are plastic and they're very small. It's like they come out of like a 25-cent gumball machine. They're very terrible. Don't buy them. We have to send the message that this is not acceptable and we don't want this crap. So similar idea with these Stitch spatulas. They're $30. They are $30. For what? For what? How much are spatulas? If I needed new spatulas, I would go to like Bed Bath & Beyond, and I think they have them in that like buy 3 for $8 or whatever. Like, I'm trying to remember the last time I got them, and they were like on an end cap and they were like different colors, and it was like 3 for $9 or something like that. Like, no. $30 for some spatulas. Why? Because they put a Stitch sticker on it, and then you're gonna be like stirring your food with the Stitch part, and then it's gonna like melt off. No. When it's something that you use and then they just put an IP on it and then they just like triple the price, that's just like predatory. That's just taking advantage of you. I don't get it. It's not good. Right? See, go to the kitchen store, go to Bed Bath & Beyond, buy yourself some regular spatulas, and then like put a picture of Stitch in your kitchen on the wall. Like, no. $30. $30. Now, if this was a collaboration between like, I can't even think, what's like a good kitchen brand between like Cuisinart and Disney, and they were coming out with stuff, I could almost see it, right? Because then you know that you're getting a high quality kitchen appliance and like fandom merchandise. But that's not what this is. These are 50-cent spatulas from wherever they buy them, right? Probably made with like cancerous, nasty plastic. They put a Stitch sticker on it, and now they're selling it to you for $30. No. Not today. Not today. I see these all over Hot Topic. I see them on Box Lunch. I see them on Amazon. You see them at like TJ Maxx. These kind of like no-name eyeshadow palettes. And then they like put a princess on them, or they put a character on them, right? So you guys know I love fandom makeup. I've done tons of videos about fandom makeup, right? What bothers me is these sort of no-name, like when there's not a brand name attached to it, it just makes me question the quality, where it was made, right? When it's a brand, even an inexpensive brand like ColourPop or Makeup Revolution or like Wet n Wild, right? They do like tons of collaborations. Even if it's an inexpensive brand, at least when there's a brand name behind it, I trust the testing, I trust the ingredients, I trust it, right? When it's these no-name things, who knows, right? And you guys remember that makeup from Claire's a couple years ago that was like, it turned out it was like 50% asbestos or something. Like, I think it's important that we don't assume that just because it's sold in a store, it's safe. That's just not what it means, unfortunately. And I think that we need to be careful. So especially something like this, no name, no brand name, like we don't know who made it, we don't know where it was made, we don't know anything about it. No one is responsible for it. And then they call this a Tiana palette? Like, what about this is Tiana? Where's the Tiana colors in this? I don't even get it. Right? So then it doesn't even make sense. I'm not putting this on my face. No, I'm not putting this on my face. When there's plenty of inexpensive but quality and reliable fandom makeup out there, or if it's these colors that appeal to you, you can just go get these colors, again, from a reputable but inexpensive brand, right? If that's what you're going for, that it's cheap, you can find that. So whatever it is about this palette that appeals to you, you can find it in a higher quality, reputable, safer brand. So the last item on my you don't need to buy this list is this Winnie the Pooh ring set. Because these aren't Winnie the Pooh rings. So there's a Winnie the Pooh ring, right, that has his face on it. Then there's the honey jar. What are these other ones? Like the one that's like a wreath that's green? What is that? And then like what are these other ones? So it's like a 5 or 6 piece like ring set, and 2 of them are Winnie the Pooh, and then the other ones are not. I don't understand what this is. This is not a Winnie the Pooh ring set. They just put a Winnie the Pooh face ring in it, and then said it was a Winnie the Pooh ring set. Because they probably couldn't sell just the one Winnie the Pooh ring for enough. When they put it with these completely random rings that make no sense, and then called it a Winnie the Pooh ring set. But it is in no way a Winnie the Pooh ring set. It is 2 Winnie the Pooh rings with a bunch of random rings. I'm not falling for it, and neither should you. He's been meowing at my feet the whole time because he wanted to sit with me and be in the video. So guys, that's it for us today. So like I said, these are just ideas I want to talk about, okay? I think we do a great job here on YouTube of talking about all the awesome items and sharing the awesome things that are out there and helping each other find them, right? I am tagged all day long and stuff. Did you see this pin? Do you know this is coming out? Like, right, helping each other find all of the awesome things that we want, right? We do those things all day long and it's amazing. And I'm so grateful for this community for always making sure that we get the things that we want. But I don't know if we talk enough about how we're spending our money and if we're being smart about it and if we're just being sucked into buying every single thing that they just slap our favorite character on. And I think that we need to be discerning. I think that we need to be careful. So this is my first anti-haul video. Like I said, if you bought these things and you love them, don't come for me. Great. I want you to enjoy it because that's what life is about. So if you bought these things and it's important to you and you love them, that's wonderful. These are just sort of my opinions and things I want you guys to think about. So we're looking critically at these fandom merchandise that we're buying. So I want you guys to let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts about de-influencing, about anti-hauls, about what we're buying, what we're not buying, about any of these products. Let me know your thoughts. I'm really ready to have like a good, robust discussion, but I'm not arguing. So I'm not doing that, but I'm ready to talk about it. So let me know your thoughts below. Me and Luther will be ready to talk about it. Okay? All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.